one of the things I'm often surprised about is when I talk about ISO 27001, the International Standard for Information Security Management Systems, is just how many people haven't read it. So if that's you, what I would like to do is just show you the framework, just show you what it looks like, and then implore you to go out and buy your own copy. So let's take a look now. Let's dive in. So this is the standard as it appears in Adobe Acrobat Reader. You can see here that it has down the left-hand side all the various different sections, and you can jump to any particular section of the standard that you care to take a look at. For now, however, I'm going to start right at the outset and right at the top. Notice this. This is the license at the top here. Whenever I go to an organization and I ask them to show me a copy of their ISO 27001, what I'm actually looking for is A, do they have a copy? And B, who is it licensed to? If you've got a knocked off copy, if you've got a copy that has been given to you by a mate of yours down the pub, then I'm sorry that it's not going to be licensed to you, and you're already in with for a minor non-conformity because you don't have a license to use this standard. So sorry to tell you, you're going to have to go out and buy a copy of this standard itself. Now you can see here, as I've already mentioned, that you have various different sections, and of course some of these will be very well known to anyone who's taken a rudimentary look at the standard itself. You have everything from section 4, context of the organization, all the way down to improvement. And of course, the really super sexy and exciting bit, the Annex A controls. Now, in this video, this introductory video, I'm not going to take you through every single section. That's for another video. So in here, all I want to show you is just the structure of it and give you a flavor and a feel for what it actually looks like, because some of you may not have seen what the standard looks like anyway. So you can see you have your title, the primary clause title, and then the sub categories underneath. So a requirement for you to understand the organization, understand the needs and expectations. And you'll notice a keyword here is shall. This is a word that is littered throughout this standard, remembering the difference between 27001 and 27002 is that 27001 talks about you shall do something, you shall determine interested parties. And in 27002, that's the guidance, and that simply tells you what you should do, how you should go about implementing the controls in particular. So just keep those things in mind. I just mentioned 27002, and for anyone who's confused about that, we'll talk about the 27000 family at some point in a future video. But be aware and be warned that other ISO standards do exist and are referenced within these documents. So again, there'll be further reading for you to do. But as I've said, the structure of this is quite simple. Anyone who's taken a rudimentary look at 27001 will be familiar with some of these things. And I jump straight into leadership and commitment because I think this is, of all the ISO 27001 clauses, for me, the one area that requires the deepest thought and the development of the evidence. It can be quite problematic sometimes. So, as I've said, I'm not going to go through this right here, right now, but just to be clear what you're being expected to have. Top management shall demonstrate leadership and commitment with respect to information security management system, and then it goes into the various different points. And as I said, I will cover each of those in a subsequent video, so you've got deeper insight into what is required and what would be able to be evidenced by auditors. And that's it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there because there is so much more to 27001. And I don't want us to get bogged down right into the nitty gritty and the detail right here and right now on this video. So I hope that was useful. I hope that was interesting as a bit of a primer, if you like. And we will go into each of the sections and indeed the Annex A controls. That's when it gets super exciting. Okay, can't wait. See you on the next video. All the best.